Hi, welcome to this video, which is about the full moon in Sagittarius, which is happening today, the 11th of June 2025. It's happening right about now at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, and every time there's a full moon, it's occurring directly opposite where the sun is. So the sun's at 20 degrees of Gemini, and the moon is at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So anytime we're looking at a full moon, we're wanting to look at the ruler of where the moon is at. So the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. Now, Jupiter has just moved into Cancer, and it is in a new phase conjunction with Mercury. So this is a new story emerging. Basically, there is a new story that is going to be starting emerging, and we don't know what it is yet, but because it is so closely tied to this full moon, because Mercury is also the ruler of Gemini, so we have these planets sort of in mutual reception as well, and the ruler of Cancer is the moon, so everything's a bit mixed up and joined up in this full moon. So we know that whatever it is that Mercury and Jupiter are wanting to emerge, it's quite an important part of the story. So Mercury also rules Virgo, which is where the south node is, and along with the north node, which is opposite in Pisces, they're forming a mutable grand cross with the sun and the moon at this time. So there's a sense of fate with this grand cross. We're at a time of seeing and feeling and recognizing and accepting that there are endings, that things are finishing up, that there's structures have sort of been dissolved. However, the new direction hasn't fully formed yet. We're not sure what that's going to look like. So the south node in Virgo, it's essentially asking us to do a bit of an internal audit. It's Virgo is very discerning and very organized and meticulous. So in this space between endings and beginnings, it's a time for us, it's an allowance for us to sort of see how we've related to the world and how things have been, and asking us to really question ourselves and organize our thoughts and our feelings about where we're truly at. Okay, the Jupiter in Cancer, along with this at this time, is asking us to be emotionally honest with ourselves, to ask us what we truly believe emotionally, and to hear the call of our soul and nurture its longings. Okay, we're here in the pause. We're in a pause and we're having to accept the endings and accept that not knowing, not even knowing exactly how the new story will unfold. So we're at a time where we're requiring deep trust of our soul and our intuition, and accepting that those places, the soul and the intuition, is where our security and our home is, and where we're safe. Okay, so along with what's happening over there with Jupiter in Cancer, we have a square happening to Jupiter in Cancer from Saturn and Aries in Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Okay, so Saturn and Neptune are actually in a closing phase. So before we said that Mercury and Jupiter are in a opening phase, starting phase, Saturn and Neptune are in a closing phase. So with these endings and beginnings, this time that we're in, we're not going to fully see what those new beginnings and what the new story is going to look like until Saturn has fully crossed over Neptune and they move into a new phase conjunction. So that's not happening till next year. So we have a bit of time, and this time is a gift. This time is a gift because to jump from an ending to a new beginning straight away, that's when we're not given time to integrate. Okay, so this is our time of being able to really sit with the changes, sit with ourselves, and really understand ourselves and be honest with ourselves, and be able to be accepting of what is and what is going to come. Okay, so we can't predict what the new story is going to be, because even if we're sitting here now, we're like, oh well, we're going to do it this way, it's not going to be like that. Okay, so we don't know what the new story is going to be, and even if we have an idea at the moment of what it might look like, that's going to change. We've still got the rest of this year to go, and part of the start of the new year to go. So before we're really going to see what that new story is going to look like. Okay, so at the moment it's really just a matter of being able to really sit with ourselves and be honest with ourselves and be accepting of what is, and be comfortable with having to sit in that uncomfortableness of not knowing. Okay, so just see that as a gift, because it's like a pause. It's like a time between breaths, between what the new is going to be. So enjoy this full moon of Sagittarius. It is a gift. It's a wonderful time at the moment. It's a time of slowing down after all that Gemini energy. And then once the sun when the sun moves into Cancer later on this month, where it's going to be very much a nurturing time, and a time for us to really be within ourselves and know what it is that our soul is wanting us to do, and how we're going to proceed in the future. Okay, in the new reality, because essentially that's what we're looking at. It's very much a change in reality at the moment. So very exciting times to be alive. Can be confusing and difficult and frustrating, but that's what we're here for. That's why we chose to be here this time. So I just wanted to pull a card or two just to support us with this full moon energy. One wants to come out. Okay. So the cards at the moment. Five of Cups. There's going to be a bit of grief. There's going to be a bit of time, we're with the Cancerian energy and all the endings and the changes, that it's going to feel, you're going to feel it. There's going to be feelings, there's going to be grief, there's going to be having to release how things have been, and just accepting that. But as you see in here, we've got the two cups behind. There will be something new. There's always something new. We just got to walk over that bridge once we're ready, once we're able to, and once that new story starts emerging. Similar to the Five of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, where this is really both these energies are feeling very deflated and sad and left out and painful. And endings can be painful. So I think there's going to be this time, and what we really need to be able to do is be gentle with ourselves through this period. That's what the pause is for, is to be able to integrate what these changes are going to be, and to be able to release what was, and release it with grace, you know, so, and with love. It's a bit gentler than saying let it go, you know. I think releasing with grace is a beautiful way of looking at that. But what will emerge, what will happen is this card. We've got the Six of Wands. This is a card of victory. Okay, this is a card of moving forward, of being on a path and achieving and really being able to be in charge, to be, you know, this person. You just look at their posture, you know, compared to these two. This person knows where they're going. This person is on their path, and this is what is in store for us. Okay, so if we can just be patient, we can release with grace. This is the sort of energy that we're going to be seeing once this new story starts to emerge. Okay, so I hope that brings some comfort and something to look forward to in your life, and I hope the Sagittarius full moon goes well for you. Enjoy the rest of your day.